It's time once again for another small machete review. I'm your host, Tactical. Today we got the Kershaw Camp 10. Same kind of sheath with the rest of the Camp series. Oh crap, look at all that shiny stuff. Whoops. That's bug juice, or not bug juice, bug spray, because the fucking ticks are out, so. Nice little sheath. A couple little eyelets down there on the bottom, all the way around. Some Velcro straps right there for different lashing styles. There's your belt loop. Velcro as well. It's always nice to see. It's got that funky snap on it. Oh yeah, first gotta check for rattle, right? Yep. Okay. Opens like so, comes out super easy. So there's your sheath. Pretty decent, you know, especially for a machete. Usually you get shitty ones. So here's the blade itself. Same style handle as the rest of the Camp series, which I'm very fond of. Nice palm swell, good traction, rubber overmold. Same steel as well, 65 MN tool steel, 0.20 thick. It's like a partial flat grind, drop point. Almost reminds me like a kukri or something, how it's shaped. Which I don't have any kukris if I'm using the right word. And I'm sure if I'm not, somebody will tell me. So, it's kind of that style, which I do need to get a couple of them. That would be kind of neat. Overall length, 16 inches. Blade length is 10 inch. And the weight is 1.2 pounds. The retail on this is $65. You can get it for about $38. For an early prediction, I'm going to say this thing's probably going to do everything pretty damn good. As long as that steel holds up. Because I kind of like the feel of this 10 inch. Almost better than the 14 and the 18. But let's check out initial sharpness. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very nice. At least they really sharpen these the Camp series really good. Try in different spots. Oh yeah, this thing's flying in. Wow. High initial sharpness. I'll even try way down here. Oh yeah, this thing's actually, wow. This thing's really sharp actually. Excellent. Okay, so this thing shouldn't have any excuses. Okay, we'll try some light batoning first. See how this thing goes. Nice. A little bit bigger piece this time. Coming up to a knot. No problem. Okay, a little bit bigger piece. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, quick glance at the edge. Now from now on, every different test I do, I'm gonna take a quick look down the blade. Just to find out if something does happen, I wanna know when it does. Yeah, this is a small piece of wood to do this to. I'm gonna do a quick little bow divot hole. It's kind of big for something like that, but we'll see if it can do it. It is a little awkward with something big like this, but you just take your time, don't be a dink. You know, it shouldn't be too awful bad. Oops, it's not on camera. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, one thing to take note on before we get started beating the crap out of this, I did notice, I don't know if the camera can do it like I can see with my eye, but it is a little off, the blade. It's like, you can see that, it slightly goes to the left. I mean, just a hair. But I know I'm being picky, but I just noticed that. Now we'll do a little tip testing. Stabbing pretty good. It's not as pointed as the Camp 14. I did notice that. But it still does stab pretty well. And just to see if this tip will hold up to some small stabbing tests. I'm not going to go side to side with it because that's kind of dumb. So, I'll just do up and down. And just to note, I'm doing without gloves at first. just to test it like that. Now we're going to do 10 shots, see what kind of chunk we can take out of this. Having a feeling it's going to do pretty good with that, you know, the mass at the end. But let's do it. Is that on camera? Hold on, let me adjust you. Swaying a little bit higher than I thought I was. Okay, that was 3. Quick close-up. Check out the damage from 10 hits. Not bad for a 10-inch blade. You can see how the belly, that's where all the freaking power is. Sank in nice. Just do some downward chopping now on this big dead stump. See what kind of penetration we get. Ooh. Whoa. Nice. Now I'm going to try to just not swing with the sweet spot. I'm going to try to hit it here as well. You know, simulate overswing and see how it does there as well. Man. Wow. These camp series, they all got fucking power, dude. All of them. They're all badass. It's just, man, hold up, Steel, please. Because I love the handles, too. The handles are so fucking good. So much power. It's almost like maybe they shouldn't have went with China to sub these out. You know, maybe they should have kept this in America. And instead of that 65 MN tool steel, maybe they should have, I don't know, did some A2 tool steel. I don't know, something cool. Okay, that was 10 hits so far. Ooh, look at Mr. Consistency for once. All right, good job. Okay, I just went on the other side of the log, which I would do anyways, because you want to make it as easy as possible for yourself. So if you can keep moving angles and getting a fresh spot, it'll be easier to break it in half. So here we go. Well, there's 10 more. Take a quick look at the damage. That's about to go. You could probably kick that and break it, but I'm not going to kick it and break it. I'm going to finish him. There we go. So far we did 20 shots on like a 5-inch piece, and it's almost done. There it is. Wow, that was exactly another 10. So that was 30 shots. Cut that in half. Come to find out, I just freaking deleted the first 10 swats on that. Totally pissed me off. Man, this is the thing about taping that fucking makes me mad. Okay, so since you missed the first 10 shots, I'll just totally redo it, but here we go. If I ain't this working cock. Okay, now, okay, that took 30 shots. This is a little bit bigger down here. This is not quite an inch bigger, but it is bigger. So that took 30 shots. We'll see if we can duplicate that. Okay, I just noticed something. There's a big freaking knot behind this, but wow, it looks like I almost like cracked it going this way. Okay, so we did 10 so far. Let's just keep going. There's another 10. Yeah, this part's a little thicker, so this might take more than 30. Okay, that was 30. Yep, this one's gonna take a little bit more. Wow. Okay, there's 40. Okay. 44, wow. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger right there. Yeah, here's a close-up of the damage on the first one. This gives you a better perspective of how much bigger the second one actually was. So that was what, 30 hits? and this one was 44 hits. Let me back up a little bit. And here, I'll try to get them side by side. That way you can really see the difference. So that was 30 and that was 44 hits. So it still did good on both. And those are some nice, clean, good cuts. You can see right through the heart of the wood and shit. So it did really well. For the rest of the test, I'll do this with gloves on. Got to alternate, test it with and without. Just do a little bit of freestyle cutting on this guy. Nothing special. Wow. You see when I tried to pull it out, it like pulled my whole body forward. This thing sticks in really good. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So far, this thing's really making me happy. I mean, don't tell my other knives, but I really do like you a lot. But hopefully this thing stays together, man. Man, because this thing is rocking, dude. It is performing really well, especially for a 10-inch. That's why I almost don't see the need for some gigantic blade. It is fun to play with. I love playing with swords, crap like that. But for in the bush, and you know, you don't want to carry too much because you got so much shit and it ends up adding up. I don't want to sound like you know who, but that part is kind of true. But I ain't scared of no frickin' 4 ounces. That doesn't make a difference to me. Okay, we'll do some more downward strikes. It's always fun trying to hit something skinny. You know, this is probably a 4-inch piece. I'm trying to come down on. I am getting kind of good at this though. Yeah, ooh. Oh, very nice. Daddy likes that. Man, this 10-incher, bro. This thing is just like fucking destroying shit. I was gonna stop right there, but I just can't stop myself. I gotta do some more. Man. Dude, I'm loving this thing, bro. It's just freaking destroying shit. Come on, hold together. I like you. I know. I'm testing this thing too damn hard. I'm not using it for what it's supposed to be. I gotta make the guys with the purses happy out there. So we'll do for what it's used for. Whoa, riveting. Oh, you need to see that again? If I had some friggin' pansies and some daisies, I'd cut them too, but there you go. But this is the tactical show, so we don't mess around with pansies and tulips. Well, the only tulips are the ones wrapped around my kick, but that's a side note, so we'll just do our regular thing. Whoa, that was a close one. The old heave-ho, the old tactical test. We don't play around on this show. I just don't like to leave my work unfinished. Another dead tree. So unfortunately, it's starting to rain out. Totally lame. Don't want to get my camera all shady. Gotta wipe it off as it is, try to protect it. But how did that go? Pretty friggin' well, man. It's the whole thing. I hope that steel holds up, man, because that's the big thing. And I actually swung this thing harder than I usually swing, just to friggin' really give it the old heave-ho, you know, really test it. Because most of the time, I'll never swing 100% strength, because then you might hurt yourself, shit like that. You get out of control because you're using all your strength. Usually most of the time I'm swinging at like 65-70% strength, something like that. Maybe not even, around there somewhere. This time I was giving it extra. I had to be giving it like, some of the shots were 80% strength. I was really trying to hit it hard, a couple of the shots, but, excuse me, sorry, drinking beers. I had to burp. But yeah, it's holding together well. Here's a quick look at the old finish, or, well, you look at the finish and the edge, same time, if that's focusing. I can't tell the glare. But both held up really well. You know, the finish is pretty freaking tough. You know, you think at right where it goes from full flat to partial grind, that's usually where the wear, and that's where it's going to end up hitting. But it still took that pretty well, and it's kind of a long test. This one, I tested it extra. But yeah, I do like this thing, and I can't wait to see how it fares in my small machete shootout series. I think it's going to do really well. Handle grip was great. You know, it cut well, it was sharp, lots of power, agile. Man, I just want to, I hate to pass judgment because I really want to see what it does against the other ones. But just for your first initial judgment, I got to give this thing like an 8.5, man. This thing is really good. I almost want to say higher, but I don't know if it's going to last, and so it makes me a little nervous. But maybe that Kershaw Camp 18 was just a fluke, and I'm just tripping over the 65 MN stuff. I might be just tripping. Let's hope I am, because I want this to work. I want it to last, because man, for 38 bucks or whatever it was, this thing kicks tons of ass. And you don't really, it depends where you live. If you live near the equator or south of the equator or something, I can see why you'd need an 18-inch for the heavy foliage. But the farther north you go, you know, a lot of stuff you're going to use an axe for, and you don't really need something long up here. So something like this would fit you even better. Depends where you live. You know, if you're in the south, I can see you having the machete, full size. But up in the north, these small machetes are freaking awesome. And they're easier to pack and all that jazz. So yeah, I rate this thing pretty high, and I do like it a friggin' lot. Thanks as always for stopping by, and until the next time we meet.